to another live stream here on YouTube at Sports Bonanza John, also on Twitch tonight at Sport Guru John. Ready for the opening game of the NBA Play-In Tournament between the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets. Loser of this game is going to see their season come to an end. The winner of this game will advance to the Friday round of the play-in tournament to try and qualify for the playoffs. We will preview this game in just a moment. First of all, let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for doing your will upon us, Lord. And please continue to look over us, and please continue to look over everyone involved tonight, players, fans, coaches. Postseason now, and I know nerves are a little higher, so please look over everyone and keep everyone safe. Lord, so I ask and pray this in your mighty name. Amen. All right, here we go. The Heat and the Hornets. NBA Play-In Tournament getting underway. I'm not a big fan of this, but it has been in play in the NBA for about, several years now. Miami and Charlotte. This is the team. The Heat finished 10th in the East this year. Charlotte finished 9th in the East. The winner of this game will have a chance at the 8th seed. As I said, the winner of this game advances to the Friday play-in tournament game against the loser of tomorrow's game between the Magic and the 76ers. Loser of this game will see their season come to a close. Miami was in this round a season ago and ended up winning 2 games in the play-in tournament to qualify for the playoffs as the 8th seed, but got absolutely demolished in the first round last year by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Charlotte coming off just a 19-win season a season ago. They improved by 25 wins this year, up to 44 wins. Head coach Charles Lee did a phenomenal turnaround job with this Charlotte team. As the Heat and the Hornets are set to get this play-in tournament underway, we've got another play-in tournament game coming up from the Western Conference. It's coming up around 10 o'clock Eastern time. The team that finished 8th in the West, Portland Trail Blazers, take on the team that finished 7th, the Phoenix Suns. Now, the winner of that game will be the 7th seed. They will automatically advance into the playoffs as the number 7 seed in the West, that Portland Phoenix winner. 2 more play-in games tomorrow. It'll be the 8-7, the teams that finished 8 and 7 in the East, the Magic and the 76ers. The winner of that game tomorrow moves into the playoffs as the number 7 seed. And we've got the Warriors and Clippers in the West tomorrow night. The winner of that game will advance to take on the loser of tonight's Trailblazers Suns game for the 8th seed on Friday. Loser of that Warriors Clippers game tomorrow sees their season come to a close. We've got the Heat and Hornets to start it off. I don't normally do NBA on this channel, but I figured I'd give this a shot tonight, see how this turns out. As we are going to go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups for both teams. Let's start with the Miami Heat. Finished on the season 43-39, that finished as 10th in the Eastern Conference. They will send out this lineup. At forward for Miami will be Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins on the season averaged about 15.5 points per game. Khalil Ware, the other forward for Miami, 11.1 point a game score. In the middle is Bam Adebayo, 20.1 points per game this season, finished in the top 10 in scoring in the NBA this year. In the backcourt for the Heat is going to be Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero, 20.5 points a game on the season, and Davion Mitchell will be the other guard for the Heat, averaged just over 9 points a game this year. For the Miami Heat, Heat are coached by Eric Spoelstra, as the Heat try to do what they did last season, go from the play-in tournament, win 2 games to get into the playoffs. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. 44-38 this season, 19-63 just a year ago. Again, a tremendous turnaround job for Charlotte. They will line up this way. Up front will be Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges scored just over 17 points a game this year. In the middle, Moussa Diabate averaged just shy of 8 points per game this year. 3-guard lineup for the Hornets. Brandon Miller, team's leading scorer, 20.2 points per game. Con Knuppel, serious Rookie of the Year candidate in the NBA this year, averaged 18.5 points per game. And LaMelo Ball, the other guard for the Hornets, he averaged just over 20 points a game for the Hornets and their head coach, Charles Lee, who made that tremendous turnaround with the Hornets this year, leading them to a 44-38 record, 9th place in the Eastern Conference. And the Hornets, 2 wins here needed for them to get into the playoffs. So again, the starting lineups for Miami: up front, Andrew Wiggins, Khalil Ware, Bam Adebayo at center, Tyler Hero and Davion Mitchell, the guards for Miami. For Charlotte, Miles Bridges up front, Moussa Diabate in the middle, 3 guards for the Hornets: Brandon Miller, Con Knuppel, and LaMelo Ball. That is the starting lineups for both of these teams tonight, as the play-in tournament set to get underway in Charlotte. Again, the format here: the winner here will have to win again on Friday to qualify for the playoffs. Winner here will get the loser of tomorrow's Magic 76ers game for the 8th seed. That game will be on Friday. Loser of this game will see their season come to a close. That Orlando-Philadelphia game will be tomorrow night at 7:30. This is a Miami team that averaged just shy of 121 points per game. Charlotte averaged at 116 per game. The regular season series, Heat won 3 of the 4 meetings this season between the two teams, winning back in late October in Miami, 144-117. Followed it up in early November with a 126-108 win. The teams met March the 6th in Charlotte. Heat won again, 128-120. Charlotte finally got a win over the Heat, the final game of the regular season, 136-106. Teams are being introduced at the Spectrum Center, and the teams will get their final instructions. Heat and Hornets, with a chance to keep your season alive and be 1 win away from the playoffs. Big crowd on hand at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. Again, what a job by Charles Lee, the Hornets head coach this season, taking the Hornets from 19 wins to 44 this season. Erik Spoelstra, veteran head coach of the Heat. He's got 830 career wins, does Spoelstra. So here we go. Spectrum Center is loud, hoping to see their hometown Hornets advance on in the play-in tournament. Jump underway as controlled by Miami, underway in Charlotte. Heat with the game's first possession. With it on the outside here is Davion Mitchell. Mitchell looking to drive. Mitchell gets inside, kicks it back outside now to Hero. And Hero inside missed the layup, and the rebound pulled down by Charlotte. And here comes the Hornets' first possession. Here's LaMelo Ball out on the perimeter. Ball gives it off now to Brandon Miller. Back to LaMelo Ball. Ball with the runner inside for the game's first 2 points. LaMelo Ball starts the scoring tonight. It's 2-0 Charlotte. Back the other way quickly is Miami, and the shot up and in for Davion Mitchell from inside to tie the game at 2. A minute old. Three-pointer on the way. That's around and out. Rebound pulled down by Miami as Khalil Ware gets the rebound and brings it up the floor. Now gives it off to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell on the outside, and we've got a foul on Charlotte as Tyler Hero took a tumble to the floor. Didn't see who exactly they got that foul on. 10:49 to go in the opening quarter. Heat will inbound. And it comes here to Bam Adebayo. Gives it off, and now Ware has a three-pointer on the way. That is good. Khalil Ware with the long-range basket, and the Heat take a 5-2 lead. With it here is Con Knoopel. On the outside, Brandon Miller. Miller on the drive, gets inside, has it stripped for a moment, gets it back, puts up the jumper. It's long. Offensive rebound, Diamante, but now it's turned over, and the Heat come out with it. Hero on the outside will drive. Hero gets stuffed on the drive inside, and back comes Charlotte. LaMelo Ball gets inside and scores. LaMelo Ball with his first 2 points. And it's a 5-4 ball game. At the other end, this is going to be a Hornets foul. Inbound it comes to Miami. Hero inside will put it up and in with the right hand. And it's a 7-4 lead for the Heat. 2.5 minutes into this first quarter. Brandon Miller with it. Gives it off to Ball on the outside. Ball actually has both field goals for the Hornets. I misspoke a couple minutes ago. There's a three-pointer from the outside by Miles Bridges, and that will tie this game at 7 apiece. But quickly back the other way, and a layup for Adebayo, and that's his first 2 points. 9-7 Miami. A deep three at the other end is good. And it's 10-9 Charlotte. And at the other end, we've got a basket for Miami, as it is a very fast pace now. 11-10 our score. Well, LaMelo Ball has the hot hand early for the Hornets. He's got 7 early on, as we've got our first time out of the game with 8:51 to play in the opening quarter. 11-10 lead for Miami. Heat have hit 5 of their first 7. Hornets have hit 4 of their first 6 from the floor. Charlotte 2 of 3 from three-point range. Miami's hit their only three-point attempt. Mentioned Miami came out of the play-in tournament last year to win 2 games and qualify for the playoffs. They were also the 10 in the East a season ago, the only number 10 seed to qualify for the playoffs. By winning 2 games in the play-in tournament, they got into the playoffs as the 8th seed and then just got absolutely annihilated by Cleveland in the first round. So taking a look at the playoff matchups, number 1 seed in the East this year is Detroit. They will await their opponent. Detroit's first round opponent is going to be either one of these 2 teams or Orlando, depending on what happens in the play-in tournament round. Celtics are the number 2 seed. Celtics, where a first-round matchup will be decided tomorrow on the winner of that Magic 76ers game. Winner of that game goes in as the 7th seed. 3 seed in the East this year is the Knicks. Their first-round matchup is with the 6 seed Atlanta Hawks. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers are the 4 seed this year. They will take on the 5 seed Toronto Raptors in round 1 of the playoffs. Going over in the West, the number 1 seed once again, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who again had the best record in the NBA this year. Their first-round opponent will be either the Warriors, the Clippers, or the Trailblazers, depending on what happens in the play-in tournament round. 2 seed in the West, Spurs, they will get the winner of their first-round series of tonight's game between the Trailblazers and Suns. They will get in as the 7th seed and play the Spurs in round 1. 3 seed is the Denver Nuggets. They will take on the Timberwolves in round 1. And the 4 seed in the West, the Lakers, they will take on the Rockets. That's an interesting first-round matchup, Lakers and Rockets in the first round out west. Here it is 11-10, Miami leading Charlotte. Hornets took an early timeout here. Again, the other game on the slate tonight is out west, the Blazers and the Suns. It's coming up around 10 Eastern time. Winner of that game moves in as the 7th seed in the West and will play the Spurs. Hornets bring it up here following the timeout. On the outside here, it's Knuppel. Knuppel misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by Miami. And back come the Heat the other way. 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Turnaround jumper off the glass and in. Andrew Wiggins with his first field goal. And it makes it 13-10 Miami. Here's Miles Bridges for Charlotte. Puts it in with the right hand and blocked. And back comes Miami the other way. Hero thought about the 3. Now we'll give it off. And the 3-pointer is missed. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. LaMelo Ball with it on the outside. Ball on the drive. Ball with the left hand. Missed it off the front of the rim. And Miami knocks the ball out of bounds. It will stay Charlotte basketball. Under the basket, inbound for the Hornets. Khalil Ware. Off now outside the Ball. Here's Ball on the drive. Ball gets inside, gets bumped and fouled. Can't get the basket, but he will head to the line to shoot 2. LaMelo Ball on the season, 90% at the line this year. He's got 7 early points for the Hornets, 7 of their 10 points. First free throw by Ball is good. First substitution for the game for the Hornets, Zion James. He checks in for Brandon Miller. Ball hits 2 free throws. He's got an early 9 points. 13-12 Miami. As Hero brings it up across the timeline for the Heat. Donovan Mitchell sends it outside, and Miami will reset 7 on the shot clock. Wiggins has to pop it off to Adebayo. Adebayo shot too strong. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Three-pointer on the way, too strong off the hands of Knuppel, and back come the Heat the other way. Inside to Adebayo. Bam Adebayo puts it down on the floor, and it's tied up, and we're going to have a jump ball. Adebayo lost the dribble, and then he got tied up. So it'll be a jump ball here. And the jump is won by Miami. Here's Davion Mitchell, gives it off to Hero, off-balance jumper. That's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Heat have hit a little bit of a drought their last couple trips down the floor. And now here's Ball. Three-pointer, no good. Ball chased and saved by Charlotte. Ball with the no-look pass through the hands of Diabate, and a turnover for Miami, and up and no good. Good defense underneath by Charlotte. And it's going to be, what do we have here? It's going to be out of bounds to the Hornets. Pace has really picked up here. With 6:26 to play in the opening quarter. Heat are just 1 for their last 5 from the floor. Hornets have missed their last 5 from the floor. As the Hornets bring it up the floor. Brandon Miller back in the ballgame. He'll try a three-pointer and hit it. Brandon Miller with his first 3 points of the game, and the Hornets go up 2, 15-13. Heat back the other way. Spin move. Instead, it's a pass outside to Wiggins. Wiggins for 3. That's good for Andrew Wiggins. He's got 5 now in the ball game, and the Heat go back in front, 16-15. Three-pointer at the other end is good. Miles Bridges from long range, and now it's become a three-point shooting contest, 18-16 Charlotte. Another 3 at the other end. That one's no good, but an offensive rebound and put back inside for Wiggins. And that'll tie the game at 18. 5.5 to go in the quarter. Brandon Miller with it on the outside for the Hornets. Gives it off to Ball. LaMelo Ball looking to drive, and now lost the handle momentarily. Has to give it off now to Bridges. Miles Bridges pull up from the foul line. I think is blocked, but we're going to get a foul on Miami. Going to get Andrew Wiggins, I believe, on that foul for the Heat. Two free throws coming here. Once again for Ball as he hit 2 just a couple minutes ago. First is good. So LaMelo Ball in double figures with 10 points already, not even 7 minutes into this game. Kobe White checks into the game for Charlotte. Second free throw for Ball is good. He's 4 for 4 at the line. He's got 11. 20-18, the Hornets lead. And Miami turns it over at the other end as Hero lost the handle. Ball off in the corner and thought about the three, but instead it'll be a kick out. And now an open three-pointer. No. Tipped up and in off the miss. That was Ryan Kalkbrenner on the tip-in for Charlotte, and that's going to lead to a Miami timeout. 6-0 run for the Hornets as they've gone ahead by 4 here, 22-18. And Eric Spoelstra and the Heat take timeout. Hornets up 4, 4:50 to go, first quarter. Kind of interesting note from the NBA. Of course, now it's do or die time now. So despite that, the Warriors have announced that Stephen Curry is still going to be on a minutes restriction tomorrow in that game against the Clippers. Stephen Curry, Kristaps Porzingis, and Al Horford will all be on minutes restrictions tomorrow. I found that very interesting in a, win or go home situation. Warriors, the only team that qualified for postseason play, if you will, with a losing record. Golden State ended up 37-45 this season. Warriors coach Steve Kerr has been adamant that the NBA needs to go to a 72-game regular season schedule. I don't foresee that happening. So that's going to be the situation as the Warriors and Clippers meet tomorrow in a loser going home situation, just like this game here. (22-18) lead here for the Hornets over the Heat. Following the timeout, it'll be Miami ball. As the Heat bring it up the floor following the timeout. Pass inside and is bad pass, but Miami's going to get bailed out with a foul here. Norman Powell checked in for the Heat there at the timeout. Third foul on the Hornets here in the quarter. Miami's been called for 2. And the Heat having trouble getting the ball in. They finally do to Adebayo. It's been held to one shot here in the first 7.5 minutes of the first quarter. And a tough pass is too much mustard on that one as Norman Powell throws it out of bounds. Back come the Hornets, up 4. LaMelo Ball over to Diabate, who's back in the ballgame. And the drive inside, off the glass, a little too strong, tipped out. Charlotte gives the ball alive on the offensive glass. And now Kobe White on the outside, back to Miles Bridges now. Bridges spins. Bridges got it. Miles Bridges, who I misspoke there before the timeout. It was actually Miles Bridges that had those last 2 free throws. I said LaMelo Ball was back on the line, but it was Bridges. So Bridges is now in double figures. 3-pointer by Miami's no good. Rebound Diabate. Miami just 3 of their last 9 from the floor. Now 3 for their last 10. Off the glass and in at the other end for Charlotte. As Kobe White gets on the board, and all of a sudden the Hornets have an 8-point lead, 26-18. Under 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Miami needing a basket here and hitting the bottom of the backboard with it, and then Miami able to save it, however. And then a foul. Was that a 3-point attempt? That might have been on a 3-point attempt. See if they call that in the act of shooting. They are calling it before the shot, so Charlotte gets a break there. That's their 4th team foul, so Miami will be shooting free throws the remainder of the quarter for each Hornets foul. Here on out, 3-pointer on the outside. That's no good. There's all of a sudden a lid on the basket on the Heat end of the floor. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Charlotte. It will stay Miami ball. Inbound comes in here, and that ball is knocked out of bounds again by Charlotte. Inbound comes in here. With 3 to play, first quarter, 3-pointer on the way. That's way off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Back come the Hornets. Kobe White off in the corner, 3-pointer. No. Tip, no. A third crack at it, no good. As Josh Green got that follow put back but couldn't convert. And a nice pass inside, and that'll stop the drought for Miami. And then we're going to have a loose ball foul after the basket. I think they're going to get Miller on that foul on Charlotte. Following the basket by Pele Larson. And nothing intentional there. He just looked like when he was coming down, he came down on Larson. Larson will be at the line as that foul was on Brandon Miller. That's his second. And Larson missed the free throw, so the lead is 26-20 for the Hornets as Kobe White will bring it up across the timeline. Knuppel drives, left hand, no. Rebound Miami. And then we have a foul on Charlotte on the rebound. I think they're going to get Diabate on that foul. Charlotte's over the limit. Here's a three. Don't know why Miami didn't get free throw. Nonetheless, the three-pointers missed. Rebound Charlotte. Back come the Hornets with 2 to play in the quarter. Kobe White on the drive. Pull-up jumper in the paint. Too strong. Offensive rebound for the Hornets. And a three-pointer. No. And the ball goes over the backboard, and it will go to Miami. Heat the other way with under 2 to go in the quarter. Here's the drive inside and the turnaround right-hand hook shot up and good. That was Adebayo with his second field goal. He's got 4 points now in the quarter. 26-22. Hornets lead cut to 4. Kobe White with it for the Hornets. White off now, and a three-point shot on the way is short off the hands of Knupel. And back come the Heat. Chance to get this even closer. Here's Adebayo. Open three-pointer on the way, short. Rebound Kobe White. And White will slow the offense down this time as we're down to the final 45 seconds of this opening quarter. White just dribbling just across midcourt on the edge of the Hornets logo. 6 on the shot clock. And now White drives. White gets inside, has to put it up. He'll kick it outside with the shot clock expiring and a block shot. That's going to be a 24-second violation, and it will give the ball to Miami. Zion James checks back into the Hornets lineup for the final half minute of the first quarter. Larson brings it up the floor for Miami. There's about a little less than 5 second different, or less than 6 second different shot clock, game clock. The turnaround by Adebayo is good. Back-to-back field goals for Adebayo. 6-0 run for Miami as they're within 2. Final shot of the quarter will belong to the Hornets. Down to 5 seconds. Down to 3, down to 2. Knupel launches, and we're going to have a foul on Miami. Off the ball, they had a foul to give. So with 2.6 seconds, the Hornets will inbound here for the final play of the first quarter. Kalkbrenner will check back in here for Charlotte for this final possession of the quarter. Knupel inbound. Gets it in and now back to Knupel. He'll get that three-pointer off and misses. That was from 30 feet as the first quarter comes to a close in Charlotte. Hornets had an 8-point lead, but the Heat closed the quarter on a 6-0 run to pull within 2. 26-24 Hornets after 12 minutes in this opening game of the NBA Play-In Tournament. Winner will advance to Friday's Play-In Tournament game against the loser of the Magic Sixers game tomorrow night. Loser of this game will see their season come to a close. As we take a look at the stats after 1 quarter of play, Heat shot just 9 of 25 in the quarter for 36%. They were 4 of 13 from three-point range, 31%. I'm sorry, this is Charlotte's numbers, excuse me. Hornets were 9 of 25 from the floor for 36%, 4 of 13 from 3 at 31%, 4 of 4 at the free throw line. The Heat were 11 of 24 for 46%, just 2 of 8 from long range, though, at 25%. Missed their only free throw attempt of the quarter. Hornets had a 16-9 edge on the glass in that first quarter. Both teams turned it over twice. Miles Bridges, 10 points in that quarter for the Hornets to lead the way. Other scoring in the quarter for Charlotte, 9 out of LaMelo Ball, 3 points out of Brandon Miller, and a couple points apiece off the bench from Ryan Kalkbrenner and Kobe White. Heat were led in that first quarter by Andrew Wiggins, 7 points. Bam Adebayo added 6. 4 points out of Davion Mitchell, 3 points for Khalil Ware. A couple points apiece from Tyler Hero and Pele Larson off the bench, with 2 points for the Heat, as it is 26-24 Charlotte after 12 minutes of play. In case you missed the news, I'm sure everybody's heard by now, but following their game, their regular season finale and season finale on Sunday, the Milwaukee Bucks parted ways with head coach Doc Rivers. Still maybe staying with Milwaukee in some kind of internal role. I haven't heard yay or nay on that. But Doc Rivers out as head coach anyway of the Milwaukee Bucks, and we'll see what the Bucks do in the offseason. Will Giannis come back with Milwaukee? Probably not. We'll see what the Bucks do in the offseason. That's going to be very interesting to watch, to see how they handle the offseason. And here we're just about set for quarter number 2 from Charlotte. Again, as the NBA playoff slogan is, win or go home. That is definitely what's in play in this game. The loser will indeed go home and see their season come to a close. As the Hornets inbound as we begin quarter number 2. Knuppel drives inside. Pull-up jumper in the paint is good. He's finally on the board as he had missed his first 5 shots. 28-24 Charlotte. First possession, second quarter for Miami. Here's Simone Fontenecchio on the outside. And that pass is deflected and taken away by the Hornets. LaMelo Ball with the steal, and he's got the ball now for Charlotte. Ball gets bumped and has the shot blocked, and Miami saves it before it goes out of bounds. Back come the Heat the other way, and the nice pass and the layup is finished for Larson. But meanwhile, bad news at the other end. Bam Adebayo is down on the end line. He was down on that last play on the Charlotte end, and Adebayo looks like he is in pain. This is not good for Miami. Charlotte got a basket there before they stopped play with Adebayo. Oh, he got tangled up with Ball and took a pretty hard fall to the floor and may have, well, Adebayo's not happy either on the end line. He is getting up and walking under his own power, but he is a little gimpy. He is not happy. I think he thinks there should have been some kind of foul or something called there. I didn't see much with that, but clearly not a happy camper as he does get up and looks like we'll be headed to his bench area. It's a Miami timeout here, as the Hornets got that fast break basket just before they stopped play. So it's 30-26 in favor of the Hornets. We're just over a minute old in the second quarter. Saw Carmack's ad with Paige Beckers on it, and my follows the WNBA. Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd, UConn teammates, are going to be reunited again as the Dallas Wings selected AZ Fudd with the #1 overall pick. So Fudd and Beckers, of course, winning the championship at UConn last season. And they will be teammates once again with the Dallas Wings, as the WNBA will begin their season here in just a little over a month. So 30-26 is the Hornets' lead here, just underway in the second quarter. We're in a timeout. The Heat took a timeout as Bam Adebayo went down on the end line for Miami. He did get up and start walking under his own power. Adebayo is headed back to the locker room as he is walking into the tunnel here. Him and Ball got tangled up as Adebayo was going up for the rebound. Nothing flagrant or anything in there, just a little tangle up. Miami ball out of the timeout as Larson has it. And now here's a three-pointer that hits off the side of the backboard and rebounded by Charlotte. Here's a corner three, Knuppel. That's an air ball. And Miami with the rebound. Back come the Heat the other way, and going to be a foul on LaMelo Ball for Charlotte. First team foul of the second quarter on the Hornets. And that is LaMelo Ball's second foul. So the Hornets now with 3 players with 2 fouls in this game. LaMelo Ball joins Brandon Miller and Josh Green with 2 fouls apiece for the Hornets. Eric Spoelstra is none too pleased there on the Miami sideline. He is expressing his displeasure to the referee about something. He'd have it with Davion Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. And here's Norman Powell, and the shot goes up and in. Tough shot there, as Powell was falling to the floor. 30-28. Hornets by 2. And at the other end, a miss, but a follow dunk off the miss by Kalkbrenner. And it's 32-28 Charlotte. 2 minutes old, second quarter. Charlotte now a 7-2 edge on the offensive glass. Runner inside here will go down. Back-to-back buckets for Norman Powell. And it's 32-30. Hornets working it around the perimeter this time. This is Kobe White. White drives, kicks it out in the corner. Three-pointer is good by Grant Williams. That's his first field goal. 35-30 Charlotte. Pass underneath. Good defense underneath by the Hornets. We're going to have a foul here, however. Second foul of the quarter on Charlotte. And here's Larson. Larson gives it up, and a three-point shot on the way is good in front of the Miami bench. Khalil Ware with a three. 35-33, lead back to 2. And that's going to be an offensive foul at the other end on the Hornets. So the Heat now a chance to tie or take the lead with a three-pointer. Kobe White called for that offensive foul. Or no, I'm sorry, they got Brandon Miller. That's going to be his third. Floater inside, no good for Miami. Powell tried to tip up his own miss, but misses, and Charlotte comes down with this rebound. It's Kobe White. Now working it inside. Nice spin move inside. Floater will go down for Miles Bridges. That gives him a dozen. 37-33 Hornets. And back comes Miami the other way. Here's Davion Mitchell on the outside. He'll take a top of the key three-pointer and bury it. Davion Mitchell now with 7. 37-36. Charlotte's lead is 1 as we approach 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Both teams 5 for 8 shooting the basketball here in the second quarter. White on the drive for Charlotte with 5 to shoot. White in the paint, pulls up just left of the foul line, no good. And a loose ball foul on the rebound will go against Miami. That'll be their first foul here in the second quarter. .757 to play. Quarter number 2. Hornets inbound here to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner looking for some help. Still looking and now able to give it off to White. White tries to drive, lost the ball momentarily, now has to throw it up with the shot clock running down. They almost hit that. Rebound pulled down by Miami. Heat a chance to retake the lead, and here's Davion Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive inside. Mitchell gets cut off, has to kick it outside. Shot clock running down for Miami. Wiggins for 3 at the top of the key. That was blocked. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Miami ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 2.9 to be exact on the shot clock for Miami. Kobe White's going to get a breather here. LaMelo Ball checks back in for Charlotte. Mitchell to inbound for Miami. Gets it in to Khalil Ware, who misses a 3 with the shot clock expiring. Offensive rebound for Miami, and then a 3 for Davion Mitchell to give the Heat the lead. 39-37. Boy, Charlotte got the defensive stop, but could not come down with the defensive rebound. And the Heat take advantage of the second chance. Bridges inside. Bridges kicks it out. Zion James. James has to put, and the shot is no good. Rebound pulled down by Miami. Heat defense has picked up the last few possessions. Ware for 3, short. Rebound to Charlotte. Knuppel on the drive for the Hornets. He'll put it up off the glass, get fouled from behind. Shot doesn't go. Knuppel will have 2 free throws. 6:26 remaining in the second quarter. Knuppel at the line. Free throws up and good. Knuppel, an 86% free throw shooter on the season. Charlotte as a team was just shy of 82% from the free throw line on the year. His next free throw to tie the game. He got it. We are tied at 39. Heat bring it up the floor as we're under 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Mitchell tries another three-pointer. This time misses, but an offensive rebound for the Heat and put back up and good. As the Heat retake the lead, that was Khalil Ware with the offensive rebound and put back. Bridges tries a three for the Hornets. That's off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Khalil Ware. That's his 5th rebound of the half. And a pass inside, and Wiggins goes up for the shot, but gets fouled beforehand. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Hornets. Josh Green checking back into the lineup for Charlotte. He'll replace Knuppel. Heat bring it into Khalil Ware. Tyler Hero with it on the outside. Hero looking to drive. Now will pull up for a long two-pointer that misses off the rim. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. LaMelo Ball with it. LaMelo Ball drives inside and gets the ball knocked out of bounds by Miami as Ball was trying to drive. 13 on the shot clock for Charlotte as they will inbound on the baseline. And we're going to have a timeout called here. With 5.5 to go in the second quarter, 41-39, Miami leading Charlotte. Miami still shooting the ball at 46%. Charlotte at 37%. Both teams 5 of 16 from beyond the three-point arc. As we've got a good battle here in the first half between these teams, knowing that with a loss, their season will come to a close. Again, the Trailblazers and the Suns, second play-in game of the night. That is set to get underway just a little bit after 10 o'clock Eastern time. 7 o'clock out there in the Valley of the Sun. Winner of that game will be the 7th seed in the West. And a date with the San Antonio Spurs in round 1. Two more play-in games tomorrow. Magic, 76ers. Winner of that game will be the 7th seed in the East. And get a date with the Boston Celtics in the first round. Warriors and Clippers tomorrow. Loser of that game tomorrow, their season is done. So set to resume here following the timeout. like they're giving an update there on Bam Adebayo. It's a back injury. The official injury on Adebayo. Out of the timeout. Canoopel back in the game for Charlotte. He'll get the basket off the glass. And that will tie the game at 41. As we near the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Tyler Hero with it on the outside for Miami. Shot clock down to 1. Miami's going to have to get a shot off here. Davion Mitchell misfires. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Back come the Hornets. LaMelo Ball. Ball sends it outside to Bridges. Back to Ball. Ball tries a 3. Around and out. One-handed rebound for the Hornets and a foul as Diabate brought down that rebound with one hand and got fouled. He will head to the free throw line. 8th offensive rebound of the first half for the Hornets. Oh, they say it's a non-shooting foul. They said the foul occurred before the shot. 3-pointers, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Miami. Here's a 3 for Hero. No. And a foul on Charlotte on the rebound. And that will put the Hornets over the limit, and the Heat will be at the line for the remainder of the quarter. Well, I thought they were in the penalty, but Miami's just going to get a side inbound. And they're going to get a bucket out of it on the layup. I thought Charlotte was well in the penalty, or not well in the penalty. Jaquez Jr. gets that layup, his first 2 points, and it's 43-41 Miami as we hit 4 to play in the second quarter. And a layup at the other end is up and good for the Hornets. Diabate with the basket, and we're tied again at 43. Mitchell sends it outside for a 3-pointer that is good. That 3 gives the Heat the lead back at 46-43. Biggest lead in this game has been 8 points. That was by Charlotte at 26-18 late in the first quarter. Drive inside, and the layup is good by LaMelo Ball. That gives him 13. 46-45 Heat. Spin move, shot, no good. Tipped out, and the Hornets come down with the rebound. Chance for the Hornets to retake the lead. Ball with it near midcourt. Ball off to Bridges for 3, and it's good. Miles Bridges with 15 in the half for the Hornets, nearing his season points per game average of 17. 48-46, back and forth first half we go. Off the glass, Jaquez Jr. off the mark. Miami keeps the ball alive. Shot clock didn't reset, so that didn't hit the rim, so it's down to 5. Jaquez Jr. tries another 3. Yes! Jamie Jaquez Jr. with a long 3. Miami back in front, 49-48. Here's Diabate as we hit 2 to play in the first half. Zion James with it now. And inside to Bridges, and we are going to have a foul. Miami had 1 to give, and there it was. Although they're going to say this was a shooting foul. As ball is at the line. Oh, defensive 3-second. I'm sorry, that's what it was called. No foul, just the defensive 3-second. So the free throw is good, and that ties the game at 49. And now the Hornets will inbound from quarter court. Ball. Step back three-pointer. Yes! LaMelo Ball. 17 in the half for Charlotte, and the Hornets are up 52-49. At the other end, Miami tries to answer, cannot. Rebound to the Hornets, Miles Bridges. Minute and a half to go, first half. Crowd to their feet in the Spectrum Center. Long three-pointer, no good. And then the pass airmailed as the Heat try to fast break. And a turnover. He tried to get a quick, fast break there after the Charlotte three-pointer, but the pass was way overthrown. Nice look inside and a rejection by Miami. Back come the Heat the other way. Runner by Hero inside is good. 52-51. Hornets lead back to 1 again. Final minute, second quarter. Zion James dribbling the ball at quarter court. Off now to Bridges. Bridges on the drive. Bridges right hand. No. Rebound Miami. Chance for the Heat to take the lead back. Hero thought about the three. Now will drive inside and get fouled and one for Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero will have a chance to complete a three-point play. Hero, a 92% shooter on the year at the free throw line. Got it. 54-52 Miami. Final half minute. Pass goes underneath, and the shot's no good. Rebound pulled down by Miami. Only about a 2-second difference, shot clock, game clock. So for all intents and purposes, Miami can run for the final shot of the half. Down to 10 seconds. Davion Mitchell, rather. Davion Mitchell drives. Mitchell, left hand, no. Shot clock expire. Three-quarter court heave at the horn is no good, and that's how this second quarter and first half will come to a close. 54-52. Miami leading by 2 at the break. Good first half between these two teams, knowing that one of their seasons is going to come to an end here in 24 minutes. (54-52) the halftime score. Miami in front of Charlotte. So again, here at the half, let's run down the remaining schedule for the play-in tournament. Again, we've got a game coming up after this one. It's in the West. Portland and Phoenix. Winner of that game will be the 7th seed in the West. The loser can still get into the playoffs, as they will have another chance on Friday. but that Portland-Phoenix winner in the game that follows, winner will get the 7th seed in the West. And then tomorrow in the play-in tournament, we will have the Magic and 76ers from Philadelphia. Winner of that game will get the number 7 seed in the East, while the loser of that Magic 76ers game will get the winner of this game on Friday, and the winner of that game will be the 8th seed in the East. And then tomorrow night, Warriors and Clippers. Winner of that game will play the loser of tonight's Portland-Phoenix game on Friday to be the 8th seed. Loser of that Warriors-Clippers game tomorrow will see their season come to an end. And again, Steph Curry will be on a minutes restriction despite it being lose and you're done for the Warriors. Stephen Curry will still be on a minutes restriction of 40 minutes in that game tomorrow. A couple other Warriors will be on a minutes restriction as well. Porzingis and I can't remember who the other one was, but so despite again being lose and you're done, Steve Kerr is going to place that minutes restriction on 3 Golden State Warriors tomorrow. It's been a year the Warriors would like to forget anyway. They went 37-45 this year. Still qualified for the play-in tournament, but they're going to have to win 2 games just to get into the playoffs. And even if they win those 2 games to get into the playoffs, their treat is going to be Oklahoma City in the first round. But here we've got a 2-point lead for the Heat at the break, 54-52. The score, Miami leading Charlotte. And by the way, that, well, actually, let's run down the playoff bracket as well. We've already run down the rest of the play-in. Now let's run down the playoff bracket here. Let me change some things around here real quick. All right, so here's how we stand and how the playoffs are going to be in the playoffs here. So in the West, the Thunder are the number 1 seed. They're going to get either the Warriors, the Clippers, or the Trailblazers in round 1. Spurs as the 2 seed. They will get their first round opponent will be the winner of tonight's Blazers-Suns game. Nuggets and Timberwolves, the 3-6 matchup in the West. And then the pretty good showdown in round 1, the 4-5 matchup, the Lakers and the Rockets. Still have not received an update on Luka Doncic on whether he will even play, and though we have no update on his injury status for Luka Doncic for the playoffs yet. And over in the Eastern Conference, the Pistons get the number 1 seed this year. Their first round opponent will be either one of these 2 teams, the Heat or the Hornets, or it could be Orlando, depending on what happens. Rest of the ways, 2 seed in the East is the Celtics. They'll get the winner of that game tomorrow between the Magic and the Sixers in round 1. 3-6 matchup in the East, the Knicks and the Hawks. And then the 4-5 matchup in the East, Cavaliers and Raptors. That Cavaliers-Raptors matchup will get the playoffs started on Saturday. That is the early afternoon opener to kick off the NBA playoffs. So that is a look at the playoff bracket. We will know the Spurs opponent here in about, 4 hours or so? So there is the NBA playoff bracket for this year. As we are at halftime here in the first play-in tournament game, 54-52. Heat in front of the Hornets. Let's go ahead and run down the first half stats in this game. The Heat in that first half shot 23 of 50 for 46%. 7 of 20 from long range at 35%. They only shot 2 free throws in the first half. They made one of those 2. Hornets in that first half were 19 of 49 for 39%. 7 of 21 from long range at 33%. They were a perfect 7 for 7 at the free throw line. 26-22 edge on the glass for Charlotte over Miami. Both teams turned it over 4 times in that first half. Individual scoring numbers in that first half. The Heat were led by Andrew Wiggins and Davion Mitchell. They both scored 10 in that first half. 8 points out of Khalil Ware. 7 points for Tyler Hero. 6 out of Bam Adebayo. 5 out of Jamie Jaquez Jr. 4 points apiece for Norman Powell and Pele Larson. Everybody that played in that first half for Miami scored except for Simone Fontecchio. Hornets were led by LaMelo Ball, 17 points. Miles Bridges added 15, so those two combined for 32 of Charlotte's 52 points in that first half. 6 points out of Con Knuppel. Heat shut him down on just 2 for 9 shooting in the first half. 4 points for Ryan Kalkbrenner, 3 points apiece from Brandon Miller and Grant Williams, 2 apiece from Kobe White and Zion James. Moussa Diabate didn't even get a shot attempt in that first half for Charlotte, as the Hornets trailed by 2. And again, Bam Adebayo went out for Miami with that injury in the second quarter. See if I can find a status on him. People, I'm looking at see if I can get a status on Bam Adebayo, because obviously when I do these live streams, I have the sound down on the television, so I don't hear what they say. Everybody's saying that was a dirty play. A lot of people here on social media are saying that was a dirty play by LaMelo Ball. I didn't get that sense, but I don't see any updates on his status as far as, or what his status is for the remainder of the game. So if I see something, I will pass that on here. Yeah, I'm not finding anything as far as update on his status. Okay, well. So I'm not finding anything as far as the updated status for Bam Adebayo. So we'll see if we see him in the second half. It was a tailbone injury that Adebayo suffered. He did get tangled up with LaMelo Ball. And again, there's a lot of people, when I just looked up on social media, saying that was a dirty play by LaMelo Ball. Again, I did not get that sense looking at it, but just looked like two guys getting tangled up to me. But obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion on that. So as we are just a couple minutes away from the beginning of the second half in this game. NBA playoffs. The actual playoffs will get underway on Saturday. 4 games on Saturday, 4 games on Sunday. To kick off the playoffs, as we have the NBA and also the NHL playoffs, they will get underway this weekend as well, as those playoffs start on Saturday. So getting into a busy time of year as far as postseason goes. Baseball season getting underway. College softball and college baseball going into their final month of their seasons. Once postseason play gets underway in college softball and college baseball, I'm going to have a lot of live streams of that coming up on the page. Still may do a college baseball regular season game later on in the week. Haven't decided for sure on that yet. Here it is, but here we're back to this. It is 54-52. Heat lead the Hornets here at halftime of this opening play-in tournament game. Again, the winner will advance to Friday to take on the loser of the Magic 76ers tomorrow. That game will decide the 8th seed in the East. Loser of this game sees their season come to a close. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, Heat took 3 of 4 meetings in the regular season against Charlotte, but throw the regular season out. The Miami defense did a great job on Knuppel in the first half for Charlotte, holding him to 6 points on 2 for 9 shooting. Both teams well on pace under their season average. Heat score almost 121 a game. They're on pace for 108. Hornets score 116 a game. They're on pace for 104. Miami will inbound the ball here to open the third quarter. 24 minutes away from deciding who will advance to Friday and who will see their season end. I beg your pardon, it is Charlotte to inbound the ball here. And we are underway, quarter number 3. Here's LaMelo Ball. Ball off to Bridges. Almost threw that away there. Back to Ball. Back over to Bridges on the perimeter. Bridges with 5 on the shot clock has to launch a 3-pointer. Missed it too strong. Rebound pulled down by Khalil Ware. of Miami. And here's the Heat's first possession of quarter number 3. Drive inside, the kick out, and the pull-up jumper is too hard. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Jaquez Jr. gets the second half start in replace of Adebayo for Miami. Here's Ball for the Hornets. Ball on the outside, 5 to shoot again. Ball, pull-up jumper as he gets inside and scores. Long two-pointer there for LaMelo Ball. That gives him 19, and we're tied at 54. Jaquez off the glass on the turnaround with the right hand. That's good. 56-54 Miami. Back come the Hornets the other way. Outside with it is Brandon Miller. Miller on the drive. Miller pull-up jumper in the paint is up and good. Just Brandon Miller's second field goal. And we're tied again at 56. Jaquez Jr. Drive inside, gets in the paint. Nice pass inside. Missed shot, but a follow dunk off the miss by Khalil Ware. 58-56 Miami. The runner in the paint at the other end, no good, but there's a tip in off the miss. And it's 58-58. Jaquez Jr. has an open three-pointer and drills it. Jaquez Jr. now with 10 points, as that's his second three of the game. 61-58. Ball off the glass inside as he drives in. 21 for LaMelo Ball. 61-60. Miami. Tyler Hero on the outside for the Heat. Hero off to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell now dribbling out on the perimeter with 8 on the shot clock. Now Mitchell drives inside, puts it up with the right hand, missed it short. Ball tipped out to Mitchell, and the Heat get a second chance at it. Mitchell off to Hero. Hero with 5 on the shot clock. Hero on the drive. Hero gets in the paint, lost the ball going up. I never did. The ball goes out of bounds. I never did see this official make a signal either way. Charlotte Wall. I never did see a signal made by the official. LaMelo Ball misses a 3, but an offensive rebound for Charlotte. Ball has it blocked. Oh, but they're going to get a foul on Davion Mitchell. He's saying to review it. He doesn't think he got Ball. And let's see if they will. Oh, yeah, that looked like all Ball. Miami may want to review that. Unless he got him on the hand on the end of it there, but that looked like a lot of Ball. Davion Mitchell was adamant that he did not foul Ball there. And we're going to have a timeout here called by Miami. Let's see if they do indeed review this play. .8:25 to go in the third quarter. 61-60 Miami. So at the moment, Davion Mitchell's called for a foul. Was debating whether I was going to stay on tonight to do that second play-in tournament game between Portland and Phoenix, but I'm here in the Eastern time zone, and that's going to be a little bit past. It's going to be a little bit too late on the clock for me, so not going to be bringing you that Blazers-Suns game tonight. We'll be back on the live stream tomorrow for that Magic Sixers game tomorrow. They did review that at the timeout, and they have determined there was no foul on Davion Mitchell. I thought it looked like pretty much all ball on that replay. My only question was, did he hit the hand on the very end of the block? But it was ruled a clean block, and Miami's going to get the ball still up 61-60. Tyler Hero gets inside, and he will score. That's 9 for Hero, 63-60 Heat. 8 minutes to play in the third. LaMelo Ball, runner, count it, and 1 for LaMelo Ball. That gives him 23 and a chance to make it 24 with the free throw. Ball will complete the three-point play to tie this game at 63. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on Caduple, who has really been held down tonight by this Miami Heat team. Third leading scorer on the Hornets, 18.5 points per game. He has been held to 6 so far tonight. Here's Hero to Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins off the Hero for 3. Got it. Tyler Hero now with 12. Heat by 3. At the other end, a three-pointer at the top of the key for Brandon Miller will tie the game again. Wiggins in the corner for 3. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Chance to break the tie. And that shot's blocked. Back come the Heat. It's a fast break opportunity and a slam down for Andrew Wiggins. 68-66. Miami back in front. Spin move inside by Miller. Miller's shot is blocked. That's the 8th block shot for the Heat tonight, and Wiggins has another dunk at the other end for Miami. And the Heat go up by 4. Ball misses a 3, but there's a rebound follow and slam down for Diabate. 70-68. Hero misses this time. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Chance to tie or retake the lead. Comes a three-pointer for the lead. It's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Miami. Bounce pass inside for the layup. Goes Andrew Wiggins. He's heating up. 72-68. Heat by 4 as we approach 5.5 minutes to play quarter number 3. And that'll be a kick ball as the pass attempted to go inside. The Hornets inbound here as Brandon Miller brings it in. LaMelo Ball with it on the outside. Ball off to White, back to Ball. Ball drives inside, kicks it out. And here's Miller. Brandon Miller tries a 3 and got it. Brandon Miller cuts it to a 1-point game, 72-71. 5 minutes remaining in the third. Brandon Miller now with 11. Andrew Wiggins goes inside and gets fouled on the way up. Looks like they're going to get Cody White on that foul. To the line for the Heat goes Andrew Wiggins. First is good. One more free throw coming to make it a 3-point lead. $17 points on the game now for Wiggins. Make it 18 as he hits the second free throw. 74-71 Miami. Grant Williams with the ball now. Gives it off to Brandon Miller. Back outside for a three-pointer. This is Williams. He missed it. Rebound pulled down by Miami. Another fast break opportunity and a dunk for Khalil Ware. Ware now has a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds. And the Heat lead by 5. Timeout called by Charlotte with 4.5 to play in the third quarter. 76-71 Miami. I believe this is Miami's largest lead of the game. Biggest lead for either team this game has been 8. That was late in the first quarter by Charlotte. These two teams finished Charlotte and Miami finished third and fourth, respectively, in the Southeast Division this year. Behind division-winning Atlanta. Tells you how strong the Eastern Conference is this year. Atlanta won the Southeast Division. They were a division winner, and yet still only the 6th seed. That just tells you how strong the Eastern Conference was this year. Well, Miami's the 10th place team, and they were still 4 games over 500. Now, granted, all the rest of the Eastern Conference behind Miami, but Eastern Conference, a very strong conference this year. Meanwhile, in the West, you've got Golden State, the 10th place team, the qualified for play-in tournament. They were 8 games under 500. So the top of the Western Conference was very good, but just not quite as deep as far as teams with winning records anyway, as the Eastern Conference had this year. Four and a half left, quarter number 3 here. The Heat are up by 5. Following the timeout, Hornets bring the ball up the floor. Grant Williams with it on the outside. Off to Ball. Ball misses a 3. Tipped out. And another opportunity. And the Hornets take advantage of the second chance with a 3-pointer from Kobe White. 76-74. Hero outside goes for a 3-pointer. And that one's good on the great assist from Tyler Hero. 79-74. Both teams have hit 10 3-pointers tonight. And the shot goes up by Miller. It is blocked, but it's going to be a goaltend on Miami. So count that basket for Brandon Miller. 79-76. Hero brings it up across the timeline for the Heat. Tyler Hero with a no-look pass, and the pass goes inside. A little too high, and Charlotte comes down with the ball. Ball, step back 3, no. Rebound to Tyler Hero again for Miami. Heat clinging to a 3-point lead, and Hero missed the shot as he drove inside. That carried him around the rim before carrying off. Brandon Miller on the drive for the Hornets. Miller kicks it outside to Grant Williams, and the Hornets reset. Here's Ball on the outside. Ball with 6 to shoot. LaMelo Ball looking, driving, shooting from the foul line and hitting. LaMelo Ball now at 26. 79-78. 2.5 to go in the third. Hero Thought about the three, gives it off to Wiggins, who will take a three and miss it off the front rim. And back come the Hornets. They have a chance to retake the lead. Ball off to Miller. Now the Hornets reset with Kobe White on the outside. White tries a three. Banks it in. Kobe White with a bank-in three. 81-79, Charlotte back in front. Davion Mitchell on the drive for Miami. Kicks it out to Khalil Ware. Missed the three. Rebound Hornets. Grant Williams tries a three. That's way off the mark. That was way too quick. Not a good shot, but then Miami turns it over. Kobe White hits a three at the top of the key. 84-79 Charlotte. That leads to a Miami timeout. Hornets on an 8-0 run with 1:28 to play in the third. Charlotte 84, Miami 79. Hornets have now hit 12 threes tonight. They're 12 of 34 from long range. As Kobe White is starting to heat up. He's now got 11 points. Checking to see if I still see anything as far as an update on Adebayo. Still not seeing anything. Following the timeout, it'll be Miami ball. Powell looking for some help and gets it outside to Davion Mitchell. 3 to shoot. Mitchell on the drive scores, and that will stop the run for the Hornets. As Davion Mitchell got a much-needed important basket for the Heat. 84-81. Under a minute, third quarter. LaMelo Ball just dribbling just across the midcourt stripe. Ball with 5 to shoot. Kobe White lays it in as he drives inside. Kobe White now with 13. 86-81. Davion Mitchell with it on the outside for Miami. Davion Mitchell will drive. Davion Mitchell stripped momentarily, but able to maintain possession and get it outside now to Norman Powell. Powell with 5 on the shot clock. Powell drives. Powell puts it up with the left hand and scores. Norman Powell now with 6. Shot clock is off. Hornets can run for the final shot of the third quarter. Down to 5 seconds. LaMelo Ball gives it off. This is good if it goes, and it does at the third quarter buzzer. A three-pointer for Kobe White. And the Hornets lead by 6 after 3. 89-83. The Hornets, who were beaten 3 out of 4 times by Miami in the regular season, trying to get the last laugh on the Heat to end the season as we have 12 minutes to go. Hornets lead the Heat by 6, 89-83. Hornets outscored the Heat 37-29 in that third quarter. So Miami going to have to come back from a third quarter deficit here if they want their season to continue. Hornets led 26-24 after the first quarter. Heat had a 2-point lead at halftime, 54-52. But that big 37-point third quarter for the Hornets has them up by 3 with 12 minutes to go. Stats after 3 quarters, Hornets shooting 45% from the floor, 37% from three-point range, 13 of 35. They're a perfect 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Miami, 49% shooting from the floor. They're 10 of 26 from 3 at 38%. They're 3 of 4 at the free throw line. Only 12 combined free throws shot tonight. Not a whole lot of fouls called in this game. Teams have only combined been called for 20 fouls. Hornets are led by LaMelo Ball's 26 points. 16 off the bench from Kobe White. He had a big third quarter there for the Hornets. 15 out of Miles Bridges. 13 out of Brandon Miller. Double-digit scores for the Hornets. The Heat are being led by Andrew Wiggins, 18. Davion Mitchell has 15, 12 apiece from Khalil Ware and Tyler Hero, and 10 points off the bench from Jamie Jaquez Jr., who got the second half start in replace of Bam Adebayo. So here we go, set to begin the fourth. Miami ball underway in quarter number 4. Jaquez has it stripped. Put a shot up from behind the backboard. It's no good. The follow, no good either. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Hornets' first possession of the fourth quarter. Kobe White gets inside. Missed it, but it's tipped in off the miss by Diabate. And this ties the largest lead of the game for the Hornets at 8, 91-83. Jaquez Jr. drives. Jaquez Jr. spins, turns, missed it. Rebound Hornets. And knocked out of bounds by Miami. It will stay Charlotte ball. Newpel was trying to go inside for a layup, but a good defensive play by Miami. Pull-up jumper up is no good. That would have given the Hornets their first double-digit lead of the night. Back come the Heat the other way. Davion Mitchell on the drive. Left hand good for Davion Mitchell. 91-85. Kobe White, bounce pass inside. Diabate's turn, got the roll. Bounced on the rim a couple times before dropping through. 93-85 Charlotte. That's 8 points now for Diabate, 2 points shy of a double-double. So he's got 11 rebounds. Jaquez now. Jaquez Jr. on the drive, spins, gets inside, puts it up too strong, and we're going to have a foul, however, on Charlotte. It will send Jaquez Jr. to the line for 2. I didn't see much there on the replay. Foul is on Miles Bridges, or foul is called on Miles Bridges, but they just showed the replay. I didn't see a whole lot there. And with 10 minutes to go, we've got a timeout. I think Charlotte called this timeout because I think they're debating whether they want to challenge that foul call on Miles Bridges. I sure didn't see much there. Okay, I just looked. They have listed Bam Adebayo questionable to return with the tailbone injury. Well, okay, right as I say that. Okay, right as I say that now, it looks like he is out, ruled now out for the rest of the game. I saw questionable, and then I looked right under that, and it does show now that he is ruled out. So Bam Adebayo is out for the rest of the game for Miami. So the Heat know they're going to go the rest of the way without Bam Adebayo. And with 10 minutes to go, they trail by 8 to try to keep their season alive. So it looks like they did review this during the timeout. Looks like they did uphold the foul because it's Miami ball here. Drive inside, and another foul on Charlotte. This will send Miami to the line as the shot was no good by Larson, but he will shoot 2 free throws. First free throw by Larson. Good. One more coming. This to cut the lead to 6. Still 9:51 to go. Got the roll on the second. 93-87. Charlotte by 6. White. White on the outside. Now we'll drive. Kobe White gets cut off. Kicks it out to Knuppel for 3. No. Rebound Miami. Strong rebound Khalil Ware. Back come the Heat. Davion Mitchell with it on the outside. Mitchell now gives it off to Jaquez Jr. Jaquez Jr. on the drive, gets cut off, looking for help. 4 to shoot for Miami. Larson's going to have to launch a three-pointer. Missed it. Rebound to the Hornets. Good defensive series that time for Charlotte. Hornets going to slow it down this possession and run the offense. And we are going to have a traveling violation against White. Charlotte will turn it over. Andrew Wiggins returns to the lineup for Miami. He'll replace Larson. Jaquez Jr. with it for the Heat. Norman Powell. Now the Powell gives it off inside, and the jumper goes down, and it makes it 93-89. Lead back to 4 as we're under 8.5 to go. Long three-pointer at the other end is no good. Back come the Heat. Off the glass, up and in for Davion Mitchell, and this is a 2-point game. 93-91. 21 now for Davion Mitchell. Knuppel off for a three-pointer. No. Tip no. Rebound Khalil Ware. Miami a chance to tie or take the lead. Alley-oop and the finish. And a foul. Miami has tied it with a chance to take the lead with a free throw. Wiggins now with 20 points, trying to make it 21 with the free throw. Grant Williams checks back in the lineup for Charlotte. 7:49 to go. Wiggins for the free throw and the Miami lead. He got it. 21 for Wiggins. Heat are on a 9-0 run to take the lead, 94-93. Outside a three-pointer for Charlotte. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Andrew Wiggins. And back come the Heat. Davion Mitchell with it. Mitchell tries a three. Good. The run now 12-0 for Miami. Timeout Charlotte. 97-93 Miami. 7:25 to go. Heat have got all the momentum right now. 12-0 run for Miami to erase an 8-point deficit into a 4-point lead. Now the Hornets, it's all of a sudden now that are up against it. Again, the Blazers and Suns to follow. Winner of that game will be the 7th seed in the West and get a date with the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. So how will the Hornets respond here? Miami has outscored Charlotte 14-4 in the first 4.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Following the timeout, it's Charlotte ball. Charlotte down to 2 timeouts. Outside, here's Bridges for 3. That's no good. Offensive rebound for the Hornets, and putback is good by Grant Williams, and that stops the 12-0 Miami run. 97-95 Heat. We go under 7 minutes. Well, jumper, that's blocked. Miami gets to the loose ball with 8 on the shot clock. 3-point shot is good. Powell with a 3, and the Heat lead by 5. Hornets working around. Here's Grant Williams getting loose for the 3. That's no good off the front of the rim. Rebound Miami. Heat ball and a 5-point lead. Here's Jaquez Jr. And now the drive. Inside off the glass and in for Norman Powell. 102-95 Miami. Hornets need a basket. They miss the 3. Offensive rebound putback is good by Ryan Kalkbrenner. 102-97. Davion Mitchell with it at quarter court, dribbling for the Heat. Gives it off to Khalil Ware. Ware misses a 3. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Hornets back the other way. And now we'll try an open 3. That's no good. Off the hands of LaMelo Ball, and back comes Miami. Charlotte shot 43 3-point shots tonight. Made 13 of them. Top of the key 3 for Miami. That was halfway down and rolled out. Bridges at the other end. Banks it in and 1. Miles Bridges with 19, trying to make it 20. Powell with the foul. This to cut the lead back to 2 with 5:12 to go. Three-point play and the free throw is good. 102-100. Timeout Miami. With 5:08 to go. That leaves both teams with 2 timeouts. So both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Heat leading by 2. Just over 5 minutes to go. Knuppel still on the bench for Charlotte. Wiggins to inbound for the Heat out of the timeout. Comes into Powell. Jaquez Jr. Jaquez Jr. spins. Tries to drive on ball. Cannot. And he is going to be up and down. That's going to be a travel. Great defensive pressure by Ball. Jaquez got hung up, had nowhere to go, and went up with the ball and came down still with the ball in his hands. Hornets bring it up the floor. A chance to tie or retake the lead with a 3. A doozy to start off the play-in tournament. Ball. Ball for 3 and the lead. No. Tip no. Hornets keep it alive. Diabate and a foul on Miami. Great hustle on the offensive rebounding for Charlotte. That is now 16 offensive rebounds on the night for the Hornets. Alley-oop inside to tie it off the inbound. And we are tied at 102. Bridges now with 20 points as he was the recipient of the alley-oop. Ball deflected out of bounds by Charlotte. It will stay with Miami. 9 on the shot clock. Inbounds it comes to Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins tries a 3. Good. Andrew Wiggins now with 24. 105-102. Miami back in front with 4 to play. Here's Grant Williams. Getting inside, getting bumped, missing the shot on the fadeaway. Rebound pulled down by Khalil Ware, and it's out of bounds off of Miami, I think. Diabate coming off. Looks like he's holding his hamstring there a little bit. His left hamstring. Is off Charlotte, so it's going to be Miami ball. Again, I never did see a signal. Jaquez Jr. kicks it out to Wiggins for three. He goes back-to-back from three-point range. He's now got 27 for Miami. Back-to-back threes for the Heat. Have them back up 6, 108-102. 3:20 to go. Ball off to Bridges in the corner. Bridges misses a three. Rebound pulled down by Miami. Davion Mitchell finds Hero. Tyler Hero went back three-point range, thought about it, instead passes off to Wiggins. Wiggins from just beyond the foul line missed it. Rebound pulled down by Charlotte. Back come the Hornets. LaMelo Ball on the drive, the kick out. Corner three-pointer, good. 108-105. 2.5 to play. Hero with it. Tyler Hero off for Davion Mitchell, an air ball on the three. Miami gets the ball, but the shot clock didn't reset. Hero gets it and hits a three. Lead back to 6 for the Heat. LaMelo Ball working around the corner. Here's a three in the corner. No good. Charlotte, the offensive rebound. Ball for three. No. Rebound to Andrew Wiggins as we're under 2 minutes. Nervousness inside the Spectrum Center from the Hornets fans. Tyler Hero gets inside and gets fouled. With 1:42 remaining. Kobe White returns for the Hornets. Who replaces Canoe? Looks like Diabate is coming out of the game, too. That hamstring's still bothering him. Charlotte had a foul to give, so this is non-shooting. Davion Mitchell with it for the Heat. Out on the perimeter. 5 on the shot clock, off to Hero. Hero on the outside. I don't think he's aware of the shot clock. Heat are now. They just get that off and miss it. They lost track of the clock there, and back come the Hornets. Alley-oop inside. Instead, passing it back out. Miles Bridges for three. Good. And it's back to a three-point game. 111-108. 1:10 to go. Again, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Davion Mitchell passes to Tyler Hero. 1 minute to go. Hero gets double teamed, finds Davion Mitchell. Mitchell, the runner. No! Rebound to the Hornets. They don't need a three here. Still got 45 seconds. If it's open, take it, but you don't have to force a three. 10 on the shot clock for Charlotte. LaMelo Ball. Off to Kobe White in the corner. This is a three off the front of the rim. Rebound Miami and a foul. With 28 seconds left, Jaquez Jr. will head to the line for 2 free throws for the Heat. They got a pretty good look at that corner three there. First free throw, no good. That keeps it a 3-point game. Make or miss here. If on a miss, if Charlotte gets the rate, probably will take one of their 2 timeouts. Jaquez Jr. hits the second timeout called by Charlotte so they can advance the ball to midcourt. 28 seconds to go. 112-108 Miami. Hornets take their next to last timeout. So the Hornets trail by 4. 28 seconds to go. So they won't be able to use too much time here. They're going to have to get a shot up pretty quick. 2 or a 3. It doesn't really matter. But they can't dilly-dally around. Miami still has 2 timeouts left. Hornets will inbound from midcourt. Knuppel still looking on from the bench. It has not been his night tonight for Charlotte. 6 points on just 2 of 12 shooting. Inbound comes in here to White. Down to 25 seconds. Kobe White. Kobe White gives it off now. 3-pointer, top of the key is good by Brandon Miller. 1-point game. 112-111. Miami will take their next to last timeout. 18.6 seconds to play. Now the shot clock is off, so Charlotte will have to foul pretty quick, you would think. They may go for a steal or 2. Everybody standing inside the Spectrum Center. Heat will come out with Ware, Jaquez Jr., Hero, Wiggins, and Davion Mitchell, the 5 on the floor for the Heat. $18.6 to go. Again, the shot clock is off, so Charlotte will have to take the immediate foul. They get it in. Oh, Hero had an easy layup, passed it up to use some clock, and now gets fouled by Bridges. Oh, that was an easy layup that Hero passed up. He wanted to work on the clock instead. So Hero at the line for 2 free throws. They did take 5.5 seconds off the clock there. His clock's down to 12.9. Even if he makes both, it's a 3-point game. Hero's first is good. Assuming there's not an offensive rebound on a miss by Miami, you would think Charlotte's probably going to take their last timeout. Hero's second free throw, good. Final timeout, Charlotte. It's a 3-point game with 12.9 to go. So the Hornets out of timeouts. Down by 3, 12.9 left. Well, 3 of the 4 games in the regular season were blowouts between these two teams. This one's anything but. Now, Charlotte does still have to give themselves time for an offensive rebound in case of a miss off a miss. Nervousness on the fans. A packed house at the Spectrum Center. Charlotte has shot 51 three-point shots tonight. They've made 16 of them. Charlotte comes out with Ball, White, let's see who else they got. Ball, White, Miller, Grant Williams, and Diabate, who's inbounding the ball. They get it in. A turnaround three-point. Good! This game is tied with 10.8. A 3 from Kobe White off an inbound, a turnaround three-pointer. And the Hornets tie it with 10.8 to go at 114. Wow. I tell you what, yes, it went in. That was not a good shot, Mike Kobe. Now, luckily for Charlotte and for him, it went in. But there was no reason to take a turnaround three-pointer right there. They got by with it, obviously. But we are tied at 114. The problem for Charlotte is they left Miami 10.8 seconds. Heat are out of timeout. Both teams now out of timeouts. Kobe White, 19 points, 17 of those here in the second half. He had 14 in the third quarter. 10.8 seconds remaining. 114, 114. Heat with a chance here. Charlotte needs one defensive stop. Miami needs one more shot to go down and win this game. And Miami has to get the ball into. Again, both teams out of timeouts. Heat bring it in the backcourt to Hero. 8 seconds. Tyler Hero bring it up down to 5. Hero looking. Hero driving. Hero for 3. No good. And this game is going to overtime. Hero had a good look at it, but caromed off the rim. And we begin the play-in tournament with 5 extra minutes as the Heat and Hornets are all tied up after 48 minutes. Oh, Moni Alvin in the live chat. Hey, glad to have you back with me here. We got a doozy to start it off here as we're headed to overtime between the Heat and Hornets. As the Hornets got this game to overtime with a 3-pointer by Kobe White. With 10.8 on the clock, Hero had a pretty good look at that 3-pointer, but it hit off the rim. Heat 48% from the floor, Hornets 42%. Again, the Hornets 52 3-point shots tonight. They've made 17 of them. Heat are 15 of 37 from beyond the arc. Hornets are led tonight by LaMelo Ball's 26. Miles Bridges has 23. Kobe White's contributed 19 off the bench. Brandon Miller also with 19 points for the Hornets. 27 tonight for Andrew Wiggins of the Heat, 24 for Davion Mitchell, 17 for Tyler Hero, 12 out of Khalil Ware, and 11 out of both Jamie Jaquez Jr. and Norman Powell. They have actually pushed tip-off between Portland and Phoenix back to 10:15, due to the length of this game. I will not be staying on for that one. That's a little bit. I will be back on with you on the live stream tomorrow night for the Magic and 76ers. And Charlotte has done this without pretty much anything from Concanoopel tonight, as he's been held to 6 points on 2 for 12 shooting. Both teams get 2 timeouts in overtime, tip controlled by Charlotte. Hornets with the first possession of OT. Here's Miles Bridges. Back to Kobe White. White for 3. No. Rebound pulled down by Miami. And now the Heat with their first possession of overtime. Inside Jaquez Jr. Outside now to Davion Mitchell, who tries a 3. No. Loose on the floor, picked up by Charlotte. Both teams empty on their first overtime possessions. Brandon Miller with it. Turnaround in the paint is good for Brandon Miller, and the first 2 of overtime belong to Charlotte. 116, 114. 21 now on the night for Brandon Miller. Davion Mitchell with it for Miami. Mitchell on the drive. Mitchell kicks it over now to Jaquez Jr. Almost lost it. Turnaround jumper is good. Jamie Jaquez Jr. now with 13. And we're tied again. Here's Ball with it on the perimeter for Charlotte. LaMelo Ball working it around. Here's a 3 in the corner that is good. Miles Bridges hits the three, and Charlotte's up three, 119-116. Here's Hero for Miami. Tyler Hero on the drive. Kick outside corner. Three. Air ball. Rebound Charlotte. 3 minutes to play in overtime. LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball for three. That is too strong. Offensive rebound. Oh, I thought Diabate was going to get in there for the rebound, but Miami comes out with it. Jaquez Jr. Nice pass inside to Mitchell, who lays it in. 119-118. Midway point of overtime. Kobe White. Off to LaMelo Ball. Ball on the drive. The alley-oop pass inside. Instead, I thought that was going to be a shot, but it ended up a lob pass to Miller, who finishes the oop. 121-118. Two minutes to go. And we've got a reach around foul. This one's going to be on White, I think. Be White's first foul. And the first foul in overtime on Charlotte. Heat bring it in. This is Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero drives. Tyler Hero pulls up from the foul line. Missed it. Rebound to White. Charlotte ball up three. 100 seconds to play in overtime. Ball. Off to Bridges. Bridges drives. Bridges, the reverse layup is good. And the Hornets lead is now 5. Timeout Miami. (123-118) Charlotte. 1:33 to go. Miles Bridges, 28 points tonight for the Hornets. Over 10 points above his season points per game average, which was 17.1. Bridges, Miller, and Ball tonight for Miami, or for Charlotte rather, have combined for 77 points. Just those three. Add Kobe White's 19, and there's 96. 96 points combined between 4 players on Charlotte tonight. And Con Canuple's not one of them. So Miami down 5. 1:33 to go. Following the timeout, the Heat bring it up. They need a basket this trip, you would think. Good defensive pressure here. Hero for 3. No, round and out. Rebound, Charlotte. The Heat have gone cold in overtime, being held to just 4 points. And Charlotte's going to milk a little bit of clock this possession as Ball just dribbling at quarter court. Ball. Off now to Miller. 4 to shoot. White, off-balance threes and air ball, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Charlotte did take 24 seconds off the clock. We are under a minute now. But a wasted possession that time. Powell returning to the lineup for Miami. Zion James back in for Charlotte. Interesting move. They replaced LaMelo Ball to Charlotte. Here's the drive inside and a bucket for Miami. 123-120. I would bet this is a very quick breather for Ball. In fact, he may check back in here after the timeout. Hornets trying to get into the playoffs for the first time since 2016. They only had 40 wins combined their last 2 seasons. They end up with 44 this year, a 25-win improvement from the 19 wins of a season ago. .1 on the clock. This is a Charlotte timeout. So both teams down to 1. Now, a 3-point game with 48 seconds. Miami can play straight up here. They've got to get a stop, though. None of these fans have sat down at the Spectrum Center since about the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Just about to tip in Phoenix between the Trailblazers and the Suns in the first Western Conference play-in tournament game. And I think Prime just lost the feed. Think we just lost the TV feed. Your technical difficulties. Yeah, I'd say so. 48.1 on the clock. Yeah, and LaMelo Ball, just as I figured, is back into the game for Charlotte. Larson checks in for Miami, so since there's no TV feed, we're just going to have to play it like go by the Gamecast way here on the down to 30 seconds. And LaMelo Ball scores inside. The Hornets go up 5, timeout Miami. This is their final timeout with 26 seconds left. LaMelo Ball with 28 now on the night for Charlotte, and they go up 5 with 26 seconds to play. That was a big, big basket for Ball as it makes it a 2-possession game. LaMelo Ball tied for team high tonight with Charlotte with Miles Bridges. And now the Heat are going to have to score pretty quickly here. .26 seconds to go. Heat will inbound at quarter court. Out of time. They got to get this in. Here's a three-pointer. Good. A three-pointer off the inbound for Tyler Hero. 125-123. Shot clock is off, so Miami's going to have to foul here. Looks like they're going to try and force an 8-second violation, and they get the steal. Miami with the steal. And now Hero for three. No. And a foul on a three-point shot. Oh, my goodness. What a turn of events. Miami did not foul. They put the press on. They got the steal. And then Hero went back to shoot another three in the corner and was fouled on the three-point shot. Wow. Three free throws coming for Hero. A 92% shooter on the season. Holy smokes. First of three is good. Now, Charlotte does have one timeout left. Hero with two more. Got it. We're tied. This to give Miami the lead. 8.7 seconds to go. Andrew Wiggins checks back in after a quick breather for Miami. Free throw number 3 for Hero and for the Miami lead. Got it. Timeout, Charlotte. Miami up 1. 8.7 seconds left. My goodness. Tyler Hero with the last 6 points for Miami. He's got 23 now tonight. Miami had the last shot to try to win it in regulation. Now Charlotte will have the last shot to try to win it. Although the difference is from regular Miami, that game was tied, obviously. This time Charlotte's down 1. This is Charlotte's last timeout. Both teams are out of timeouts now here in the overtime session. Miami is 1 defensive stop away. Charlotte from advancing. Charlotte is 1 field goal away from advancing. So here we go. .7 on the clock. Hornets bring it in. The drive inside for White is good with 4.7. Miami out of timeouts. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. No good. Charlotte wins it. A last-second defensive play for Charlotte on a block on a Davion Mitchell shot, and the Hornets pull it out. 127-126 in overtime. And the Charlotte Hornets will advance to Friday night. against the loser of Orlando, Philadelphia tomorrow with a chance to get the 8th seed. The Miami Heat season comes to a close in very, very tough fashion. Tyler Hero brought the Heat back from 5 down with 26 seconds left to take the lead. But the Hornets get the layup, and then the Hornets get one defensive stand to block a Davion Mitchell shot at the end of the game to advance on to Friday night. Game-winning layup. For Charlotte was made by who else? LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball ends up with 30 points, and his layup with 4.7 left sends the Charlotte Hornets to the Friday night game with a chance to wrap up the 8th seed, or with a chance to clinch the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Wow. What a way to start the play-in tournament. 127-126, Charlotte wins it. Run down the final numbers real quick before I sign out for the night. Charlotte, 44% from the floor, 32%. They shot 56 three-point shots tonight. They made 18 of them for 32%. They were a perfect 9 of 9 at the free throw line. Miami ends up 48% from the floor. They shot 41 three-pointers. They were 16 of 41 for 39%. 12 of 14 at the free throw line for 86%. Charlotte had a 5-rebound edge over Miami, 53-48. Heat tonight turned it over 7 times. Hornets turned it over 6 times. Both teams protected the ball very, very well in this game. Charlotte was led by LaMelo Ball's 30 points, including the game-winning layup with 4.7 left in overtime. Miles Bridges with 28. Brandon Miller with 23. 19 off the bench from Kobe White. 8 points out of Moussa Diabate, 6 apiece from Con Knuppel and Ryan Kalkbrenner. We saw next to nothing of Knuppel in the second half. 5 points for Grant Williams and 2 points from Sion James. Miami was led tonight by Davion Mitchell's 28 points. 27 out of Andrew Wiggins, 23 out of Tyler Hero, 13 out of Jamie Jaquez Jr., 12 out of Khalil Ware, and 11 out of Norman Powell. 6 points apiece from Bam Adebayo before he was injured there in the first half. Pele Larson off the bench, also 6 points for the Heat. Wow. What a game and what a finish as the Hornets win it 127-126 in overtime. To start off the NBA Play-In Tournament. Boy, what a start. Over at the Trailblazers and Suns get the West Play-In Tournament underway. They're actually underway in Phoenix. The Suns have a 13-7 lead. About 3.5 minutes into the first quarter in that one. Winner of that game to take on the Spurs and will advance as the number 7 seed in the Western Conference. Charlotte advances to Friday. They will now take on the loser of Orlando, Philadelphia tomorrow for that 8th seed in the East coming up on Friday. That's going to do it for me. Boy, what a way to start it. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe from you. Also on Twitch tonight, Sport Guru John. Also do have some content on Kick at Sports Kick John. I'll be back with you tomorrow night for that Magic 76ers play-in tournament matchup to see who will get the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. 127-126. Hornets win this one. It was a fun one, and I'll be back with you again tomorrow for that Magic 76ers game. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, everybody. Good night. God bless.